bore him Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan became the father of Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Dedan were Ashurim, Letushim, and Leum. And the sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Enoch, Abida, and Elah. All these were descendants of Keturah. Abraham had given all he had to Isaac, and he had already in his lifetime given presents to his concubines, and had sent them away eastwards, to a land in the east, out of his son Isaac's way. Abraham had lived for 175 years when he breathed his last. He died at a good old age, after a very long life, and was gathered to his father's kin. His sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in a cave at Machpelah, on that land of Ephron, son of Zohar the Hittite, east of Mamre. The plot which Abraham bought was from the Hittites. There Abraham was buried with his wife Sarah. After the death of Abraham, God blessed his son Isaac, who settled close by Beer-lahai-roi. This is the table of descendants of Abraham's son Ishmael, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's slave girl, bore him. There are the names of the sons of Ishmael, named in the order of their birth: Nebaioth, Ishmael's eldest son, then Kedar, Adbeel, Mishbam, Mishpa, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Teman, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedemah. These are the sons of Ishmael, after whom their hamlets and encampments were named, 12 princes according to their tribal groups. Ishmael had lived for 137 years when he breathed his last. So he died and was gathered to his father's kin. Ishmael's sons inhabited the land from Havilah to Shur, which is east of Egypt, on the way to Ashur, having settled to the east of his brothers. This is the table of the descendants of Abraham's son Isaac. Isaac's father was Abraham. When Isaac was 40 years old, he married Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean, from Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Aramean. Isaac appealed to the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was barren. The Lord yielded to his entreaty, and Rebekah conceived. The child pressed hard on each side of her womb, and she asked, "If this is how it is with me, what does it mean?" So she went to seek the guidance of the Lord. The Lord said to her, "Womb, two peoples go their own ways from birth. One shall be stronger than the other, the older shall be the servant to the younger." When her time had come, there were indeed twins in her womb. The first came out red, hairy all over like a hair cloak, and they named him Esau. Immediately afterwards, his brother was born with his hand grasping Esau's heel, and they called him Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when they were born. The boys grew up, and Esau became skillful in hunting, a man of the open plains. But Jacob led a settled life and stayed among the tents. Isaac favored Esau because he kept him supplied with venison, but Rebekah favored Jacob. One day, Jacob prepared a broth, and when Esau came in from the country, exhausted, he said to Jacob, "I am exhausted. Let me swallow some of that red broth." This is why he was called Edom. Jacob said, "Not till you sell me your rights as the firstborn." Esau replied, "I am at death's door. What use is my birthright to me?" Jacob said, "Not till you swear." So he swore an oath and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and the lentil broth, and he ate and drank and went away without more ado. Thus Esau showed how little he valued his birthright. There came a famine in the land, not the earlier famine in Abraham's time, and Isaac went to Abimelech, the Philistine, king at Gerar. The Lord appeared to Isaac. Oh wait, I don't read this part. Skip that, guys. Okay, chapter 27. When Isaac grew old, his eyes became so dim that he could not see. He called his elder son Esau and said to him, "My son," and he answered, "Here I am." Isaac said, "Listen now, I am old, and I do not know when I may die. Take your hunting gear, your quiver, and your bow, and go out into the country and get me some venison. Then make me a savory dish of the kind I like, and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die." And as Isaac talked to his son Esau, when Esau went off into the country to find some venison and bring it home, she said to her son Jacob, "I hear your father talking to your brother Esau, and he said, 'Bring me some venison and make it into a savory dish so I may eat it and bless you in the presence of the Lord before I die.' Listen to me, my son, and do what I tell you. Go to the flock and pick me out 2 fine young kids, and I will make them into a savory dish for your father, of the kind he likes. Then take them into your father, and he will eat them so that he may bless you before he dies. Jacob said to his mother Rebekah, "But my brother Esau is a hairy man, and my skin is smooth. Suppose my father feels me. He will know I am tricking him, and I shall bring a curse upon myself instead of a blessing." His mother answered him, "Let the curse fall on me, my son, but do as I say. Go and bring me the kids." So Jacob fetched them and brought them to his mother, who made them into a savory dish of the kind that his father liked. Then Rebekah took her elder son's clothes, Esau's best clothes which she kept by her in the house, and put them on her younger son Jacob. She put the goatskins on his hands and on the smooth nape of his neck, and she handed her son Jacob the savory dish and the bread she had made. He came to his father and said, "Father," he answered. "Yes, my son, where are you?" Jacob answered his father, "I am Esau, your elder son. I have done as you have told me. Come sit up and eat some of my venison, so that you can give me your blessing." Isaac said to his son, "What is it that you found so quickly?" And Jacob answered, "It is what the Lord your God put in my way." Isaac then said to Jacob, "Come close and let me feel you, my son, to see whether you are really my son Esau." Then Jacob came close to his father. Isaac felt him and said, "The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau." He recognized him because his hands were hairy like Esau's, and that is why he blessed him. He said, "Are you really my son Esau?" And he answered, "Yes." Then Isaac said, "Bring me some of your venison to eat, my son, so that I may give you my blessing." Then Jacob brought it to him, and he ate it. He brought wine also, and he drank it. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come near, my son, and kiss me." So he came near and kissed him, and when Isaac smelt the smell of his clothes, he blessed him and said, "Ah, the smell of my son is like the smell of open country, blessed by the Lord. God give you dew from heaven and the richness of earth, corn and new wine in plenty. People shall serve you, nations bow to you. Be lord over your brothers, may your mother's sons bow down to you. A curse upon those who curse you, a blessing on those who bless you." Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had scarcely left his father Isaac's presence when his brother Esau came in from hunting. He too had made a savory dish and brought it to his father. He said, "Come, father, and eat some of my venison, so that you may give me your blessing." His father Isaac said, "Who are you?" He said, "I am Esau, your elder son." Then Isaac became greatly agitated and said, "Then who was it that hunted and brought me venison? I ate it all before you came in, and I blessed him, and the blessing will stand." When Esau heard what his father had said, he gave a loud and bitter cry and said, "Bless me too, father." But Isaac said, "Your brother came treacherously and took away your blessing." Esau said, "He is rightly called Jacob. This is the second time he has supplanted me. He took away my right as the firstborn, and now he's taken away my blessing. Have you kept back any blessing for me?" Isaac answered. "I have made the Lord over you, and I have given him all his brothers as slaves. I have bestowed upon him corn and the new wine for his sustenance. What is there left that I can do for you, my son?" Esau asked his father. "Had you then too only one blessing, father?" "Bless me too, father." And Esau cried bitterly. Then his father Isaac answered, "Your dwelling shall be far from the richness of the earth, far from the dew of the heaven above. But your sword shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But the time will come when you grow restive and break off his yoke from your neck." Esau bore a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing which his father had given him, and he said to himself, "The time of mourning for my father will soon be here. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." When Rebekah was told what her elder son Esau was saying, she called her younger son Jacob, and she said to him, "Esau, your brother is threatening to kill you. Now, my son, listen to me. Slip away at once to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay with him for a while until your brother's anger cools. When it has subsided and he forgets what you have done, I will send and fetch you back. Why shall I lose you both in one day?" Rebekah said to Isaac, "I am weary of the death of Hittite women. If Jacob marries a Hittite woman like those who live here, my life will be worth nothing living." All right, so that's the end of that chapter. So